Hello.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of Entab presents CampusCare EdTalks, a platform where top educators share their viewpoints on burning topics related to education. A positive connection between home and school plays a very crucial role in the successful learning endeavors of a child. A right blend of parental involvement in a student's life is as important as strong academics imparted from schools. In fact, technological advances nowadays have further made this communication process simplified and robust. With changing dynamics of education, it is important to reinvent a dynamic homeschool model to blend in support from the parents, teachers, and other elders, especially for our new learners. To discuss more about structuring a system for our early learners, we have experienced educators who will take this webinar ahead. But before we start, let us introduce you to the panel of our respected educators to all our viewers. We have an educator with about 33 years of experience in the education sector. He is very inclined towards conducting workshops and seminars with teachers, students, and parents. Under his guidance, students have been performing extremely well. For his dedicated services, he has been awarded with Avantika APJ Abdul Kalam Award, Acharya Chanakya Shikhwit Samman, and other prestigious awards. He is also a secretary of Hisar Sehodia Schools. With this, I would like to welcome Dr. Matthew Varghese Sir, Principal MD Minda Memorial School, Hisar, Haryana. Welcome, sir.
Uh, Thank you, Miss Cowlin. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks, Entab and all the viewers. We are looking forward to have a good interaction.
Welcome,
Thank
sir.
you.
Welcome to NTAP Campus Care EdTalks. We also have with us on the panel an educator about 38 years of experience. She's been very associated with a number of schools in the past. To name a few, Shri Satya Sai Vidya Vihar DAV School, Himachal Pradesh, etc. She is very passionate about reading and writing poems. And she has not switched on her video also yet. Ma'am, Nalini ma'am, please can you switch on the video and please address our viewers?
Actually, there's a problem with the internet right now. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, but your
Yes,
voice
ma'am.
is
Yes.
echoing. Can you do something about that?
Okay. I mean, they're doing it. Let me see. All my technical people are there. I hope they are able to do it. So,
Ma'am,
thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me to the panel to
ma'am,
discuss the
sorry to barge
issues
in.
of the
Can you please
preschool
mute your
learner.
device?
Thank you so much.
Nalini ma'am, please mute your device because the
Yes,
voice is echoing.
is it?
Yes,
Oh
ma'am.
my God, there's a problem. One
Ma'am,
second.
are you
Please
using two
continue with the
devices?
other ones. I'll come back.
Yes, ma'am, sure. Thank you so much, ma'am. So as we continue, we are not stopping. There is no stop to the ed talk. We will find a solution. We have our panelists. We have RKM Moses sir, an experienced educator who's headed a number of schools in the past. He has been with St. Xavier's Senior Secondary School Bhopal and has been the HOD of the Commerce Department of Cambridge School in Maldives. Welcome, sir. In 20 years of his experience as an educator, he's been extremely instrumental with his ideas of administration of a school. With this, I would welcome R.K. Moses, sir, Principal Mount Literacy School. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much, Kavlin. Privilege to be a part of this interaction.
The privilege is all ours, sir. Welcome to NTAP Campus Care. Moving ahead, we have another educator with about 20 long years of experience with educational institutions. She's very inclined towards science and have worked.
On भी है कि नहीं?
Nalini ma'am, we
Yeah.
can still hear you. Can you
Yes.
please mute yourself?
Okay.
Yes, ma'am, please. Thank you so much. Moving ahead, I am sorry. She is very inclined towards science and hence worked as the city coordinator in Lucknow for Natural Children's Science Congress under Department of Science and Tech, Government of India for the last 14 years. She's been awarded by various organizations for her dedicated work with the students. Apart from education and academics, she is also interested in active social work. With this note, I would welcome Mrs. Sharmila Singh to the webinar. Welcome, ma'am. Sharmila, ma'am, you're mute.
Thank you so much. Thank you, entire family, for inviting me for this wonderful webinar. I know this will be a fruitful webinar for all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bam, and welcome. And welcome to all our viewers who are watching our show. Please do subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon if you've not. You will get more exciting episodes and notifications for these webinars. Thank you to all the audience. So, starting with the webinar, uh, let us first understand how crucial is the role of interconnectedness between parents and school. So, Matthew, sir, would you please share your experience and opinion with us?
Yeah, very good afternoon, all my viewers. See, blended learning is the need of the day. There cannot be proper learning without the cooperation of the parents. This is a fact. Whether people accept it or not, this is a fact. We have to make the parents responsible. So, teacher, parents are two parts of the same coin. And facilitated learning is very important as far as the early childhood is concerned. So during this pandemic, it is a high time for to make the parents responsible for the education of their wards. This is very, very essential.
Yes, sir. Completely agreed, sir. Sir, before we proceed, I would request all our educators and panelists to please close the YouTube video if you've switched on that, because if you are connected with two devices, the voice is echoing and the voice is not coming out to be clear. So please, if you're connected with two devices, even on YouTube, I would request you to switch off one device. I hope we've switched off one device and we are active on the other one.
Yes, yes.
Great, great. So let's continue with this session. So thank you, sir, for your opinions on about explaining the interconnectiveness between parents and school. Further, strong early childhood can lay a strong foundation for a child. What are the areas that teachers need to focus to communicate with the parents? RK Moses, sir, please shed some light upon this.
Yeah, sure. As I mean, the question says, strong early childhood learning lays a strong foundation for a child. Therefore, that itself gives rise to the need of effective communication. And there should be a two-way communication between the school and the parent. Always. I mean, one-sided is overwork. Even the research literature reveals overreaching elements that affect the home and school connection in whatever form it takes. The two-way communication surfaces repeatedly as a key to successful partnerships. To improve communication, the school must become more inclusive and creative, taking advantage of the technology that we have, the electronic media, the new parenting conferencing techniques like the one which we are right now using through Zoom or through Meet, etc. And of course, we cannot give away with the local community. So the knowledge about with the local community is very essential. So the principals, teachers, and even the district administrators, they play a very key role in this partnership. So communication itself requires a lot of partnership. That's what I feel. So the school and the parent have to come into partnership, including the district education.
Yes, sir. Very true, very true. So, as Moses was talking about various aspects, I would like to come to Nalini, ma'am, and I would like to, our viewers would actually want to know how parents and teachers should build that connection where they can actively share educational vision and purpose of the child's learning. Ma'am, your words. Nalini, ma'am, you're on mute. Nalini ma'am, we cannot hear you. You're on mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am. Crisp
Can
and
you
clear.
can you hear me?
Crisp and clear, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. Okay. I'm so sorry for the technology sometimes really fails at times, when you really need it.
Ma'am. Yes,
But
ma'am.
talking about the parents and teacher building connection, one thing is certain that both parents and teachers are both responsible for the child. Both have to be accountable for the child's growth. So responsibility lies on both. The teachers are very concerned about the growth of the children. They want their child to be, overall doing well in academics as well as co-curricular activities. Now, the fundamental vision is carrying out for the children is the teachers are very, very caring. The parents, of course, love their children, but the teachers love their students. So automatically, if they care for the children, they would like their child to grow up and do very well in life. So a teacher influences the child the most. The child is always looking up to the teacher and like to copy the teacher. So the influence of the teacher on the child is very, very important. Now the parents take full interest in activity because the modern parents, the young parents, they are very active for their pre-learners. They also take full part in the academic growth of the child. So the parents, teachers should share the academic progress of the child. And for that, now, of course, technology is at the best. So
I think there is some problem with ma'am's internet connection. So as we would not stop, we should not stop. So Sharmila ma'am, what are your thoughts about the connection that parents and
they
teachers
can
have?
share on the communication with each other.
Ma'am is here. Ma'am, as you know, Nalini ma'am's internet is not working. So why don't you share with our viewers your thoughts about this connection? Ma'am, can you unmute yourself, Sharmila ma'am?
The connection between the teachers and the parents, you're talking about that, yeah?
Yes, ma'am. So
Yeah.
I would repeat, ma'am, we know that parents and teachers should build a connection that they can share that vision and the purpose of child's learning. So please shed some light on that.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Actually, we all know that the roles are completely changed nowadays because of this pandemic. The parents are in the role of teachers now. So the responsibilities of the teachers and parents have changed completely, and it is very important nowadays to have some deep connection with the teacher, of the parents with the teachers, and of the teachers with the parents, because with this connection only they can develop the child, they can give the knowledge, because the children are staying at home only, they are not in the reach of the teachers. So through the parents only the teachers can mold them, the teachers can educate them, and with this we need the support of the parents. And I know, as most of the schools in, not only in our state, in other states and all over the world, the teachers, the schools are getting good support from the parents. They both are doing wonderful jobs in making the children good human being, in making them good educational things, in giving them good qualities. So this connection is very necessary. This is very important, and this is really very helpful in making the kids learn things at home. So the support of the teachers and the parents is very important for the development of the child.
Completely agreed, ma'am. Completely agreed. So Nalini ma'am, as we know, the internet connection at your side is a bit tricky. So, ma'am,
Yeah,
so, ma'am,
technology.
yes, ma'am, completely agreed. So, since we do not want any disturbance or any quality control from your as well as our side, so ma'am, could you please end the call so that we can invite you for the webinar that is coming up with your views, with your uh, point of views for our audience? Would that be all right, ma'am? I think Nalini ma'am has heard my message. My colleague is talking to her, and let's see what happens. So, as we proceed, we had heard ma'am's views about understanding the needs of a child, where the parents and the teachers have to connect accordingly. So, technology, as we know, this connection cannot be possible without the technological aspect. So,
Yes.
it plays a crucial role in assisting the parents and teachers for the same. So, what are
Hmm.
the parameters of cognitive development that must be measured? Coming back to you, Matthew, sir, would you please provide some insights on this? Matthew, sir, your thing is muted. Your video is muted.
Yeah, technology plays a very, very crucial role in today's world. Unless and until in this, especially in this pandemic, unless and until we take the use of the technology either through WhatsApp video call or through online other methods like Zoom Meet or Google Meet, we will not be able to fulfill the learning process because in the early childhood learning, the parents have become part and parcel of this learning process. As Shamila Madam pointed out, without their help, we will not be able to fulfill this. What we do is we not only send have these Zoom meets and where whoever cannot be contacted through Zoom meet, we have WhatsApp video calls. At the same time, once in 15 days or once a month, the teacher visits the home of the child after keeping all the guidelines because there are about a good number of villages or the places where the this pandemic is not there, no cases are there. There the teacher visits and this is we call it an outreach program. So apart from this technology, we have to use the technology. At the same time, the human touch has to be there. The teacher's connectivity has to be there with the child. So the technology has to be used to the certain extent so that the blended learning where the parent as well as the teacher play a crucial role. Where two partners, if one partner is very weak, then they will be failing. So what we can, what that in this pandemic, we have no other way but depend on the technology. But this is going to survive. We will not be, we cannot get rid of this one. This is going to survive. This is the normal. And if anybody thinks that once this pandemic is over, the technology will not be used, I don't think so. Now the children as well as the parents started liking and loving it, and we are also planning to make it part and parcel of educations. The forthcoming days, it will become part of the normal. This technology.
Completely agreed, sir. Completely agreed. This is been the part of the normal that we are having right now. That is why Nalini ma'am could not join us. This technology can be a boon and be a bane sometimes. But Nalini ma'am, we hope to see you soon in our Red Talks. So as we continue, I would like to ask some RK Moses, sir, what are your take about technology? How do you feel technology has been used nowadays?
Muted.
Moses,
Sir,
sir?
unmute yourself.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Clear, crisp and clear.
Okay. Yeah. So first of all, I would like to share my thoughts on what was perceived earlier when it came to technology. Yeah, I remember, when the time when the TV was introduced, it was a sudden thing that came alive in our bedrooms, in our drawing rooms, and we were watching TV and we were watching sports and news and what all entertainment at that time was available. And even during that time, I remember when Doordarshan was telecasting, there was these UGC programs in the afternoon. It used to come, and when this pandemic came and when we started online classes, everything, I was thinking about those times because in those times there was not much entertainment program used to come in afternoon when the kids were free. We used to just switch on the TV and the UGC program will be running. There we will see the university level, discussions, talks, and classes happening. And just for the sake of watching TV, just to sit and watch. And even there will be good programs. There will be some scientific experiments coming in. That affected me. I used to think that this method is also a very good method of teaching children. I never knew that we'll be participating of many years into this kind of online education. But telling you this this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. This online education, this technology that we are using now, the digital platforms, the social media connect programs, all this, it's just the beginning. It's going to go very big. It's the next biggest market available. And therefore, we now see that plenty of people are coming into this platform, this area, especially in relation to children education. Therefore, I see that technology is going to take over. It already has. Just because of the technology, we were able to continue education. I remember there was a time when, due to some other issues, if there is a strike or a protest, 2 3 days the schools are closed. There was no way school can reach to the children because in those days there was nothing available. Today, even this pandemic that came as a big hampering the children education, but we were able to reach into the children houses. We were able to contact them. We were able to see them. They were able to see their teachers, and the education continued. Of course, there are pros and cons, like Kavleen just mentioned. How Nalini Madam is not able to connect, maybe due to poor internet connectivity. But but setting that apart, some few cases will come. There will be obviously setbacks in certain areas. So even the enhancement of the technology, if you're using, say, old Android phones or some, not updated the model, then we need to go and upgrade ourselves. So even that education has to come. So we have to even tell the children. Children are more smarter than us. They won't have this problem. They know how to connect very smartly. They really know how to go about it. They really know how to even use. They even come and set up the things for their parents, even for their, the parents were teachers. Many of them in my school itself, the teachers who are teaching, their children have actually put the setup for their parents, and they themselves are taking. So therefore, technology is the next big thing. Next big thing. Every area, I mean, has embraced it. Now is the time that education embraces it at the same time. Of course, nothing like, a teacher, a student connection through the classroom. Nothing like that. But at the same time, there is no limit. Sky is the limit, we can say, when it comes to using technology. So if our teachers and we, the older generation, are able to quickly embrace it and make ourselves prepared, we'll be able to handle our children. Otherwise, our children will be too smart and they will go too high, and we will not be able to cater to them anymore.
Very true, sir. Very true. Sky is actually the limit for us to reach in technology. That is why NTAB is working day and night to provide the best solutions to our users. Thank you so much, sir. So, as you're talking about technology, we have to understand the needs of a child as well. We're in a situation where parents would be skeptical in sending their little kids to school, but providing them education is equally important. So, as a school leader, Sharmila ma'am, what are you planning in this scenario? What must be done right now?
Yeah, it is very true, ma'am, that definitely parents are very skeptical in sending their children to school. When we talk about the senior students, as in most of the states, schools are open for the senior students. So you won't believe that for the senior students also the parents are very skeptical in sending them to school. Even they are not coming to school and their parents don't want to send them to school. So it is but natural for the parents of early learners. And even we, the school leaders, we also don't want them to come to school at this time. But during this pandemic, during this homeschool model, it is the duty of the parents and of the school leaders, of the teachers, to give that atmosphere to these kids at home only, that they can achieve the success, they can achieve their goals, which are supposed to achieve when they were used to come to school, when they are supposed to come to school. Now they are at home. Now their parents are having the roles of teachers. So the connection between teachers and the parents is very important nowadays. During this pandemic, during this homeschool model, the teachers, I know the teachers are helping a lot to the parents, and they are doing wonderful jobs. They are learning technologies, different things. They are making wonderful videos to make these early learners to enjoy those videos. Through online classes also, they are doing that part which they enjoy actually. It is not that they are not always talking about the writing part, they are not always talking about the reading and the academics part only. Through activities, through different fun activities, through different virtual tours, they are giving that knowledge to the early learners, and they are getting good support from their parents also. So it is on the part of parents, it is really very fine and the need of the hour that they don't want to send their kids to school, and we agree that.
I completely agree with you, ma'am. Yes, we had to do at least some adjustments at this COVID time. But as he said, technology has actually come to a boon when this situation is
Yeah,
here.
actually.
For it has made the earth a global village and we can connect with from
We-
anywhere we can.
yeah.
So I would like to invite more views, more ideas from our panelists. So Matthew, sir, what do you think about this situation right now?
Yeah, I would love to share this. Actually, if the students don't come to the school should go to the
Yeah.
students.
Yes.
So, and I would like to share a few experience which I have almost every day. Like, see, especially the early childhood, the foundation level, the pre-primary, as well as the primary children, they are longing to have this Zoom meeting with their teacher,
Yes.
longing to have the and sometimes I get a call, sir, children are waiting for you, just to say good morning, you know, and I we get lot of lot of charging from this, and the children are very longing, and what infusion of technology to the changed social circumstances is very much there, because if, for example, if 5 or 6 students don't turn up for the Zoom meeting, they are given the video calls, WhatsApp video call. Again, the teacher one-to-one interaction is there, face to face. The lot of chit chat is there, you know, and they really enjoy a lot of this value education is also imparted through this, and net etiquettes taught to them how to mute, unmute, when to speak, when not to speak. There are certain things even the grown-ups don't follow it. But these small little ones, no kids, they are really fantastic in this. And not only this one, what I have noticed about 6 or 7 months back, even the parents are educated now in technology. So only about 30 or 40% knew how, or 60% of the parents were using only WhatsApp. Zoom meeting and Google Meet and all these things were something alien to them. Now they are all expert. The number of attendance is very high. And children, even small little ones, they miss even a marriage, but they don't miss a class of their teacher. So what happens is now the school is going to the homes, and the teachers are teaching, and our teachers visit once a while to their homes, and counsel the parents, and the teacher, when the parents are really giving a massive support nowadays, especially the younger ones, the parents support is really excellent, and they are looking forward to have these classes in the morning and support that they keep away all the things. And the whole, I never expected that this wholehearted support we would get from the parents. But as Sharmila madam said, they don't want to send the children to the school. Even if the school reopens, they won't send. But they are extremely happy that the connectivity most of the schools have built with the parents and the children, and that is going on very well. And we only used to hear about hybrid learning and blended learning and all this. Now it is really being experienced in the world, and the all parts of the world, and this is going to survive. But this technology has made education to be alive, surviving in this pandemic.
Thank you so much, sir, for your views. Yes, technology has made it very easy for the students, the educators, as well as given a relief to the parents. That is why, as I said previously, Intab is working day and night to provide this experience, a better experience to all our users. So, as we are talking about technology, Arkesa, we talk about ways to make learning for the younger students more smooth. And yes, we are using technology for that. So we must understand learning will not be mostly remote and online. So, would you suggest to our users how can technology be used to ensure learning continues effectively?
Am I audible?
Yes, sir, completely audible.
Yeah.
Sir, you have muted. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Can you please repeat the question to me?
Sir, as we all know that we have to find ways to make learnings for younger learners more smooth and which has to be done online. So, how can technology be used to ensure learning continues effectively? And sir, I'm so sorry. Are you connected with two devices because my voice is echoing?
No, I'm not connected with two devices.
All right, sir. And not even the YouTube. You've not even the.
No, no, no,
All
no.
right, sir. Okay, sir. Yes, please. I'm
Yeah,
so sorry.
yeah. So when it comes to technology, and especially the younger learners, the ones like right from the kindergartens, grade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this primary section. Uh, of course, it is it is attractive for them. Number one, because they get to they are used to that the Android phones watching some, beautiful cartoons there or watching TV. So they are very much used to it. So anticipating that their attraction is in the beautiful, colorful things that they watch. And such an environment is created where children's attraction is taken, and then they are like glued to it. So using this, if we can bring in the education also. For example, while watching a simple cartoon movie or a film, a 15 minute or a 30 minute, the child observes and learns a lot of things. The child learns communication, language develops, even the child even puts on the accent. If they're watching some English cartoon, they would like to modulate their voices and make that accent exactly the way they listen. It is very helpful. What happens in a classroom is they get to hear the teacher daily, and that teacher with their strong regional accent, vernacular, language accent, and speaking in English, therefore the child picks up that even. But when they go online, there is variety because every 15 minutes or 30 minutes they get to see and hear. Sometimes we even share links which are coming from some very advanced schools from Europe. or from American schools. We take up the links and we send to the children, and the children listen to that and they understand. Even their accent develops, their language develops. Number one is children develop very good language skills. Comprehension is very good. They are able to analyze, evaluate, and they, in their small ways. It may not be what you call manifesting in terms of big, huge marks on their reports, but that cannot be gauged. That cannot be measured. The amount of observation that a child has. So the child hears the audio, the visuals, the graphics, the designs, the digital platform, everything comes together in one sphere to provide and cater to the child's education. So that has to be, we have to take advantage of the situation. Ourselves, we have to equip in that way. Our teachers, the principals, and the teachers, they'll have to really work harder, and they have to prepare an environment in such a way that even the smallest ones, 3 years, 3.5 years old to 10-year-old, the primary section, once they get this, then it's just amazing for them when it comes to
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. I hope our viewers have understood much clearly the pros and cons that technology is holding for us. And I hope your message is reaching the right ears. So as we move from technology, we we have to focus on the parents who over engage themselves in their kids' activities nowadays. And sometimes it takes the shape of a helicopter parenting. And it can be a phenomenon in these difficult times. So, Nalini ma'am, what are your suggestions to our parents? I'm so sorry, Sharmila ma'am. What are your suggestions to the parents?
Yeah, actually, we want our parents to support their children, uh, to support them in their activities, but the over engagement is always there. If parents are there with their children more than the time the children need them, over access participation of the parents, uh, that is why it is called helicopter parenting. The parents over like a helicopter with the activities of their child. This is not required actually, and this is never be helpful in the progress of a child. So for the parents, we have some suggestions. They should not engage in all the activities with the children, and first, the parents are supposed to create an atmosphere where the children are very in very sync with the parents. They feel free to talk to their parents. They enjoy the company of the parents, and they can share easily with their feelings. So first, it is the duty of the parents to establish to that type of atmosphere where their child can get frankness with the parents, the interconnectedness with the parents, the atmosphere of sharing things. So for that, this is the duty of the parents to establish that atmosphere. And so many things are there they are supposed to do. To just actually, parents have to do their duties also, as they feel if they don't ask many questions, they don't ask about their studies, the children feel sad if the parents are not asking about all the things. But they forget that extra access uh, is not good for the development of a child. The parents are need to develop a routine. The parents are supposed to start things at a shorter level, and then they can progressively enhance that things. So I feel parents should help their children, but not in a way they are called helicopter parenting. Helicopter parenting is not required. It is not helpful for the growth of the child.
Completely agreed, ma'am. Very true. Nowadays, children are the educators of their own. They do not need any
Definitely,
helicopter. Yes,
definitely,
exactly,
definitely.
ma'am. So, Matthew, sir, what is your view about this? About the
Yeah,
helicopter
this
parenting?
this is a common phenomenon all over the country. If you go to any state, any districts, this is there in any school. This is there. Some of the parents, if you see them, I get an impression that he or she wants the child to pass the metric at the age of 10 and and post graduation at the age of 15 and PhD at the age of 17, something like that. So what happens is children will lose interest. If too much is fed up with the children, they will lose interest and find the studies bit burden for them. From the beginning itself, they will feel it a burden to them. So what I do in my school is we have regular counseling of the parents. We have back to school a program is there, very interesting and very wonderful program. Then we have another program that we invite all the mothers. All the mothers are invited, especially in the pre-primary and all. And we show them how we make them as students and sit in the class and teach them. And LKG parents will sit in LKG, nursery parents will sit in nursery, and they will come with the bag of their words. They will sit there and they will learn. And even they have the morning assembly also, prayer also, the sports, and they have the feeling that, and we teach them what to teach and what not to teach the children. We tell them what to teach and what not to teach, especially the pronunciation and the formation and all these things, whatever they studied in their schools, they normally teach their words, but we don't want them to teach in that way. So it is always good that regular counseling is very much required, and sometimes through now due to this technology boom, we can just teach them through WhatsApp call kaise bachon ko padhana hai, how to make them to learn and how to pronounce these words and how to write the formation, and they enjoy, and most of the parents they understand. Only thing is that if there is no connectivity between the parent and the teacher, they just send some work and they do it themselves. Sometimes the mothers do it and send it back. So one to one, that connectivity should be there with the parent and the teacher. Then it becomes a very successful, and the parents agree. Only thing is that logically you have to make them understand that this much learning is not required for this a particular child at this age. He is a human being. He is not a machine. A washing machine, you put so many things for 5 or 6 hours, it will clean the cloth and cloth. But he is a human being. That has to be understood. So we have to make the parents understand their counseling is required. Good parenting workshop should be conducted in the school so that this problem of too much teaching by the parents from, for example, they you see most of the schools, what happened is the syllabus is given to the parents well in advance, and the teacher teaches 1 or 2 lessons, the parents teach the fourth one. When the first time is over, the second time syllabus is completed by the parents. So this kind of approach is there. So it is high time for the school to take up this issue and talk to the parents, have more interaction with the parents. Even during PTM, it can be arranged. Even some workshops can be arranged for the parents, and and they understand, and this understand, and they do well. They try to cooperate with the parents, this school in this.
Very true, sir. So I hope our parents are taking a note of the pointers that Matthew sir has just mentioned. So as we said that parents would have to understand. So RK sir, what is your view about the helicopter parenting that we are talking about?
You have to mute, sir. Unmute. Moses.
Moses
Yeah,
sir?
I think my audio was muted from the other side. Is it audible now?
Yes, sir, it is completely fine.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah. So this helicopter parenting is really a very tough situation every school is facing, especially down south here. The parents are like obsessive. They sit with the children, they watch the teacher, they would want to participate in it, and even you can see, you can hear them while the classes are going on, while the teacher is interacting with the students, the teacher is asking a question, they are giving the answers and the child has to repeat the answer. So in this way, what is again happening, it is like spoon fed. The child is not enjoying the freedom of education. The teachers are not going to sabotage. The teachers are not going to just, disadvantage the child by any of their knowledge sharing or their lessons or their classes. The parent has to have the confidence on the school, on the teachers, so that the freedom of education can be experienced. The children want freedom. Otherwise, they are just like any machine or any object or a product that you and I wish to you know make them into. So it's not like that. The education and children, that has to be completely experienced in freedom, and the child has to be led. The child may make mistake, the child may not interact, the child may find some difficulty, no problem, the teacher knows how to interact with the child. So once the class goes on, we always counsel our parents, we always inform them that please don't do like that. Please contain yourself, try to be not in that room itself, just monitor that the children are all, because we also hear about certain cases that the children have logged in and they are visible to us and the class is going on, but they are playing a game on the next window. Even such cases are also there. We cannot deny that every child in India is like glued to the Zoom classes or Google Meet classrooms and just studying. There are ones who also dupe and those who cheat. There are the ones who don't want to study at the same time on an adjacent window. They are opening up a game and they are playing. So we need parent monitoring only up to that level, that just come see that the child is properly participating in the class. That's all. But here, both the mother and father are sitting on both the sides. We can even see them. We can see the shadow. We can hear them. Some even are going about doing their normal morning routine, wearing their nighties and they are walking back. You can see them in the background. They have not made a setup at home for the child to learn. So when the children learn, therefore there is a study table. It's uninterrupted. On the background, nothing is visible. It just there's no aesthetic look is also very important because that's what the child even learns. So hovering parents, helicopter parents are really a very very tough thing to handle. And I'll tell you, there is no way we can get rid of them completely. We have to counsel them. Of course, we have to keep on sending circulars or notification, call them, talk to them, or when they come to meet with us, we discuss those things to them. But tough situation.
Yes, completely agreed.
Yeah.
But our educators and leaders like you are working day and night to improve this online situation, the situation where children are learning over the screen. So, as we come to the end of the session, it was very kind of you all to find out time and be a part of NTAP Campus Care Ed Talks. We missed you, Nalini ma'am. But before ending the webinar, I would request our panelists to make some concluding remarks over the topics. Sharmila ma'am?
Yeah, thank you. I feel every child is gifted and they are like a piece of paper where everyone leaves a mark. And at the same time, I also feel that it takes big heart to shape little minds. And I am very much grateful to the teachers, especially those who are handling with the learners and the parents also. Now they are playing the role of teachers at home. They are doing wonderful jobs. With these early learners, although we are not having them in school and we miss them, definitely we miss them. But for the well being of these children, we pray to God to about this pandemic जल्दी से ये खत्म हो तो, we miss our early learners. We are doing all possible things to make them happy, to make them safe. Thank you, Entab Infotech, for making me the part of this webinar. I thoroughly enjoyed this. Thank you so much.
The pleasure is all ours, ma'am. And yes, there is sunshine tomorrow, and surely we will get back to the normal. Thank you, ma'am. Matthew, sir, any remarks for the parents, viewers out there? Sir, you're mute. Matthew, sir? Matthew, sir, can you unmute yourself, please?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it is admitted. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, completely fine.
Yeah, this examination obsessed Indian education that totally ignores the individual learning needs and aspiration of the child should see it should not be there. See, examination obsessed learning because every parent is teaching the child only for the examinations. So teacher and parent they have to facilitate the learning because that leads to only to the critical thinking, the real life application learning, experiential learning. This is we have to give stress on that one because parents play a crucial role in shaping the child's education along with the teachers and especially their personality development, value education, and all these things. Parents have to play a crucial role. But in this pandemic, and the teachers, I would call them the corona warriors, they are doing a fantastic job and they are working not 6 hours. I would say that my teachers are working for even 10 hours in order to keep this learning survive in this pandemic and ensure that students don't lack anything during this time, and they are doing a wonderful job. And I salute all the coronavirus in the education department, especially the teachers, for teaching and online and offline and through visits and so many ways they are doing a wonderful job. I salute each one of them. And my humble request to the parents, please do cooperate with the teaching community, teachers, so that the learning becomes an enjoyable to the children. Thank you, Enda, for inviting me for these interactions. It was a wonderful day to interact with such a good audience.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words. RK, sir, any concluding remarks to our audience?
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this session. Of course, I would first of all thank NLab for facilitating a forum like this for a small discussion. Of course, it's a huge topic. It's a huge topic. The arena is so big, but it's a small effort from our side to understand the various aspects of what we discussed today. And actually the topic was focused on children. It's about their education,
Yes.
and therefore, careful planning has to be done. Need to be more passionate, and of course, our creativity should not be, in any way stumped. Therefore, we should try all the creative methods to make sure that that even in this situation, the proper education can be imparted. Let us learn before teaching. That's my call. That's my call to the teachers, to the adults, to the parents. Everyone. Let us learn so that we can teach the children. Children should experience the freedom that would enhance their creative thinking. It cannot come by putting them in a basket or closing them, in a box. It's not. They need to be set. They need to be set loose. They need to be just, brought out in independence. They will choose. But of course, our guidance and our monitoring. We should never, do away with that. So monitoring and our guidance that needs in that environment, the children when they learn freedom, they will obviously they will use the digital platform. They'll use the technology to the best optimum utility. So very happy to share this platform with guest panelists. And of course, thank you, Kavleen, for all the coordination work you have done to make this day a success. Thank you for everything.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your kind words. So, kudos to the Corona warriors, as said by Matthew, sir. And we respect the parents and our educators and the children out there. You are the future leaders. Thank you to our panelists for joining us today. And to all our subscribers and all the viewers watching us, if you've not yet subscribed, please hit that button, click the bell icon for regular updates and exciting episodes like these. Thank you for all the educators for joining us today.
Thank you, Agis sir. Thank you, Mojit
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you.